Hi, I'm Richard Struther. I'm the Widower's Wingman. I help fellow widowers find out what ready to date looks like and support through the entire process of finding that supportive and loving partner with whom you can share this hopeful new chapter of your life. After somebody loses their spouse, there's a crazy, bizarre, surreal 6 months. It can be longer, can be shorter, but 6 months after that I call the carnival. Now, I'm not kidding when I say it's surreal. It is light and sound, and it's just craziness. You don't know what to expect anywhere. And why is that? Because we live for that time in absolute overwhelm. Between the arrangements, the legality, the dealing with all the roles that our partner used to have that we now have to take on, so we are everything to everyone. And then there's the fact that life goes on. We still have to maintain our jobs, volunteering, or all of that doesn't stop. But then there's the people. And that's what really makes the carnival so crazy, is all the people. This video is primarily made for those of you who haven't suffered this loss or who maybe just did. So I'm going to give you either the spoiler alerts of what's coming, or I'm going to give you some insight into what we go through. You see, in the midst of all this overwhelm, where we have to deal with all new challenges because there is no checklist, there's nobody who tells you what the full procedure is. So there's always new stuff coming at us. And we're already in overwhelm with all the other roles that we've had to take on. And we generally have to delay our working through our grief, especially because when all the people come, we have to deal with their emotions, their grief, and their expectations. So it kind of puts us off from working through our own. That, and again, these constant new discoveries, which could be as horrible as infidelity, financial mismanagement, debt we didn't know about, or maybe we're free of all that, but still the discovery of kind of, oh, and now I have to fill out this form. But I'm digressing. For those of you watching this who haven't lost somebody or were sent this by somebody who has, here are some really practical tips on what to say, because you may not know what to say. The truth is, when we're in that state, we don't either. The truth is that what the best thing to say comes down to who you were in contact with more or who you knew better. If you knew the person who passed away, general bad, specific good. Oh, the good always die young, or they were one of the good ones, isn't really helpful for anyone. But what Drew Dudley calls a lollipop moment, those moments where the person who passed away changed your life, or you did something special or unique, where it really where it moved you. Sharing those things expands their story, gives new insight, makes for a more shared experience, and deepens that tapestry. So that is a great way to share. If the person you're closer to or communicated more with is the person who's lost their person, then the best thing you can do is ask how they're doing. Get their contact info updated. Make sure they have yours. If there's somebody you care about, keep in touch. And not just short term, but I'll get to that in a minute. If you're inclined to help, here's some advice. Please remember the 3 Ps. Make sure that you are predictable, that we can count on your help when you say practical, a meal, watching the kids or a lift for a friend or family member could take a lot off our plate. And last but not least, proactive. If you see that we need help with something and you're in a position to, then we really would appreciate it. It's all about taking some of that overwhelm away. And then, as suddenly as it came, the carnival packs up and leaves. Everybody goes home to their lives, and we are left standing. Hopefully, not alone. If that's you and you're at this point, a couple of pointers. Be kind to yourself. Take the time where you can. Be good with your health. Especially among widowed men, health problems are rampant after a loss like this. So do please, please, and I can't stress this enough, be kind with yourself. If you need help, ask for it. You'd be surprised how many people are actually very willing. Work through your grief. I can't emphasize this one enough. Grief doesn't diminish over time. But much like a plant or a seed that's sown to the ground that comes up and finds a rock in its way, the size of the rock may not diminish, but the plant still manages to grow around it. And it sometimes takes longer, sometimes it's shorter. The rock won't get smaller, but you will grow around it. Lastly, please be open to discovery. This is a time where you're going to have to redefine everything about yourself, your identity, the roles you're choosing to take on. And this is a great time to introduce yourself to new concepts, new things, and those who are around you, they'll probably help. For those of you who are there after the carnival, thank you. You are quite possibly some of the most important people in this life at this point. We will be forgetful. We may get repetitive. We might lament. You'll hear it a lot. We might just need a day away from it. The biggest trick I can tell you is to listen. If you listen to us, truly listen to us, you'll find ways to help. You'll find those proactive, practical, and predictable ways to help. Again, on the predictability front, be reliable. If you're going to be there, be there. If you're not, that's okay. But please let us know so that we know where we can rely on you and where we can't. And it's okay to say no. Just let us know that you will so that we know to ask somebody else. My part comes in when people want to start dating. But these are some great tips and resources. Now, if you found this video helpful, please, please do share it. And if you want to see more about who I am and what I'm doing, then please feel free to head over to thewidowerswingman.com. There you can book a free call with me. You can get into the dating resources and newsletter and all of that. And I hate spam, so I won't do it to you. And last but not least, every month I hold free roundtable question and answer periods so that we can really discuss. This isn't a type your question and I might get to it half-assed. I really want to open the discussion and have these conversations that need to be had. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.